Start the recording. I would like to call the curriculum committee meeting to order for May 1st, 2025. The first thing we will do is, can I have a motion to approve the minutes from April 3rd?
So moved.
And second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of approving the minutes from April, please raise your hand. Allie, are you there?
Missing Troy.
Troy and Allie.
I don't think is that Allie Miller? I don't think that's Allie Miller.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Allie Miller present?
I don't have any sound. I don't know why.
I'm talking to Troy, and he's having problem connecting, Julianne, just so you know.
Okay.
I just raised my hand.
I did see Troy's hand up.
Let me log out and try to get back in.
Okay.
All right.
I should heard my conversation with him. There you go.
I can hear him. I can hear you both. Did you think
I
we're
know.
okay with the minutes though? Can we?
There you go.
Can we
He's
move
in
on?
now. He's in
Okay.
now.
Okay, we're good.
All right, lower your hands. Is there any opposed to the minutes? I do not see any opposed. Allie Miller, are you here? I don't know what happened to her, if she's here or not. I was counting her as one of my voting members.
I
we
do
have
not
enough-
think Allie is here.
I'm sorry, say it again?
I do not think Allie is here.
Okay. So who is a participant on the right side that's ALI? Who is that?
That would be me from Degree Audit, Ollie.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. All right. No, we're starting the meeting, but I just want to verify again if I have enough voting members before I move forward.
Yes, we do.
Okay, then we can go. All right, so the first item on our agenda is actually going to be a little out of order than what you see. We're going to go first with item 25-55, which is C447J, Hybrid and Electric Vehicle Service Technician. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Sorry.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, so we have a new certificate. You see on your screen right here, Hybrid and Electric Vehicle Service Tech. I just realized I didn't put the code, which is C447J. It's 13 credit hours. It consists of 3 courses. You see them on your screen. I'm going to take this PowerPoint down, though, so that I could show the actual curriculum, because it was submitted late. And I want everyone to make sure that they know what they're voting on. So we have this Hybrid and Electrical Vehicle Service Tech. We have 4 program learning outcomes, 13 credit hour program. And then we have 3 courses. Auto 129, Automotive Electricity and Electronics 2, which is 3. Auto 226, Engine Performance and Diagnosis, which is 5. And Auto 230, Computerized Engine Controls, which is 5. So I want the curriculum committee members to review this. And who's going to present this for us today?
I will. With Mo Habib.
Okay. Can you please add to what I've already described?
Yeah, hello, folks. Here in the automotive department, we've been really fortunate and received some grant funding through the Illinois Rev Up grant. We're able to buy a lot of supplies and equipment for our program. We got training as staff members, and we actually made revisions to a couple of our courses and added more electrical training in them. Our target audience is not only our students, but members from industry who need to get education on working on hybrid and electric vehicles and handling high voltage safety. Stackable credential, works with the rest of our program. So that's about it.
Okay, are there any comments or questions for this new certificate? And I believe you'll be offering that in the fall, is that correct?
Correct.
Any comments or questions from the committee? Okay, then we're ready to vote on item 25-55C447J, the new curriculum for hybrid and electrical vehicle service technician certificate. All in favor, please raise your hand.
We're okay.
And lower your hands. Is there any opposed? Okay, thank you. That item has passed. Say it again.
Can you tell me who seconded that motion? I didn't catch that.
Paul.
Paul, okay, thank you.
Okay, we are going to move on then. The next item, can I have a motion to approve item 25-46? It's a course revision of HTH 202, Culture and Food.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. This is course from my department. We're going with a new title, Health, Culture, and Society, a new course description, slight changes in topics, no real changes in contact hours, changes in topical learning outcomes, CLO, GLO are minor. Minor changes in everything else that you see on your screen. However, we are going to pursue an IAI code of S9900, which is behavioral science gen ed. It's actually interdisciplinary social and behavioral science gen ed. This course is actually a gen ed at many schools that our students are transferring to, so they do count it as social science at University of Illinois, South Suburban, and some other schools. Not that they're transferring to South Suburban, but it does have that code at South Suburban. So that we're gonna go with pursuing that code for Triton College. The class has been running for many years now, and it's evolved more than just the impact of culture on food. It's also the impact of culture on health, and social implications are involved in that as well. Does anyone have questions for me? Okay, no comments or questions? All in favor of item 25-46, course revision of HTH 202, please raise your hand.
We're okay.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? All right, thank you. That item has passed. Can I have a motion to approve? Oh, what happened to my screen? Oh, it came back. Might have just been on my end. Can I have a motion to approve item 25-47, which is a course revision of SOC 210, Sociology of Leadership?
So moved.
Second? Okay, thank you. We have course revision, updated title will be Leadership for Modern Organizations, revised course description, prereq from none to Psych 100 or Soc 100, updated course learning outcomes, gen ed outcomes, instructional strategy, assessment, and textbook. Victor, are you here?
Yes, I am. I'm right here.
Okay, thank you. Could you present this item for us?
Sure, no problem. So this was a course that actually predates me when I actually started the college 20 years ago. I can't believe it's been over 20 years already. So I actually updated the topical topical outcomes of the course several years ago, but at that point in time, in hindsight, I should actually change the description of the course and also change the title of the course as well to more reflect a modern environment in terms of where we're at as far as this leadership component as it applies to sociology. So I wanted to make sure that that's basically aligned at this point in time. So that's been my rationale to really make sure in terms of what the topic outline states that the course description and the title is actually aligned with that.
Very good. Are there any comments or questions for Victor on this course? Okay, all in favor of the course revision, item 25-47, SOC 210, please raise your hand.
Okay, we're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? Thank you. That item has passed. Thank you, Victor.
Okay, thank you.
Can I have a motion to approve item 25-48 and 25-49, which are 2 course revisions in SRT?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so we have a course revision of item 25-48 SRT 200 professional development and item 25-49 SRT 210 certificate exam prep, updated textbooks, course learning outcome, gen ed outcome, instructional strategies, and 210 has assessment. Terry, are you here?
I am here, yes.
Thank you. Can you present those?
Yes. Last month we dealt with some emergency curriculum changes that affected the topics and the topical learning outcomes of 9 of our 11 courses. These 2 were not critical to be done immediately, but we did want to update them so that the textbooks and the CLOs are all in alignment for all the program courses. So these are just minor changes, no changes to the topics or the topical learning outcomes.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have questions for Terry? All in favor of item 25-48 and 25-49, please raise your hand.
Okay, we're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed to the 2 course revisions of SRT 200 or SRT 210? Thank you, and those items have passed as well. Thank you, Terry. Okay, can I have a motion to approve item 25-50 through 25-53, which are 4 revised curriculum, entrepreneurship certificate, international business AS, financial services certificate, social media, digital marketing certificate?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, thank you. So item 25-50 is C406D entrepreneurship certificate. 25-51 is U230A07 international business AS. 25-52 is C306K financial services certificate, and item 25-53 is C306L social media digital marketing certificate. Dr. Griffin, can you present these, please?
Sure. Entrepreneurship certificate, we're replacing Business 151, which is small business management. That's the only place where that course applies, and it's the only curriculum where it's put in there. So we're replacing it with Business 146, Business Computations, or Business 149. We just don't get enough enrollment in that one class. So we're going to take it out, delete it, and Business 146, 149, either or, we'll replace it. International businesses, we're moving 293, which is Essentials of International Business, to the spring or the 4th semester, and we're moving Business 161 Law to the 3rd semester. So it's just a switching of the schedule. Essentials of International Business 293 is strictly a spring course. Financial services, I found that one of the program learning outcomes was incorrect. So we have now corrected that program learning outcome. It should read, recognize the difference between primary and secondary markets. And then social media, we have deleted 278, not deleted it, but we're holding it. I don't want to get rid of it just yet. Business analytics, and we're going to replace it with Business 149, elementary statistics. I'd like to do something with Business 278, business analytics, perhaps with the CIS folks. I think we can make some things work over there. A new short-term certificate. I haven't gotten there yet, but Business analytics will stay with us. I've just got to find the right place for it. So it will be replaced with 149 elementary statistics.
Okay, just so I'm clear, you're just removing Business 278 from this certificate, but you're not deleting the course, but you're removing it from this certificate.
That's correct.
Okay, and adding BUS 149. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, any comments or questions from the committee? Okay, then we are ready to vote. All in favor of 25-50 through 25-53, the 4 revised curriculum, please raise your hand.
Okay, we're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Those items have passed. Thank you. Last item we have, can I have a motion to approve item 25-54, which is a revised curriculum of C444D, Basic Operations Firefighter.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And William, are you here?
I am here. Sorry.
Thank you. Can you present this?
So when I updated the certificate, I think about 2 years ago, I never realized until I was just looking at this semester that the program learning outcomes were never updated with those changes. That's all this was, is updating the program learning outcomes to reflect what the certificate makeup is currently.
Okay, so revised course learning, program learning outcomes, sorry. Any comments or questions on those? All in favor of approving item 25-54, please raise your hand.
Okay, we're good.
And lower your hands. Any opposed? That item has passed. Thank you very much. Those are all the items that we have on the agenda for voting. I do want to show you the fall dates and deadlines. A good rule would be if you do have summer curriculum work that you're going to be doing, to have that submitted to the deans. I'm going to say early August. I would aim at August 1st, just to give the deans time to look at it and get it to the curriculum office. The deadline for any items for the first meeting, which is September 4th, is August 11th. So it does come quickly. But if I know there were a couple people that planned on working on curriculum over the summer, therefore that August date would be the deadline. And then you see we will be meeting 4 times as normal in fall: September 4, October 2, November 6, December 4th. Try as much as you can, the deans, to spread the word to not submit items late, because the curriculum committee does have a hard time reviewing in the time period that we have, let alone the day of. So we're going to try to hold to those deadlines unless it is some type of emergency. But plan ahead is what we tell our students. We do have 2 other items for today. I'm going to just start with the time schedule for class seat time, which is other item listed on your agenda as B. In agenda planning, we devised this I believe it's 2 sentences to add to our curriculum handbook, noting that any class that meets longer than 90 minutes will need a 10-minute break built into the course each class period, and that needs to be sent to scheduling at the time that the course is sent to scheduling. We have to make sure that we're meeting seat time, and breaks should be included in what is placed into colleague for each class period. So I'll just give you a second to read that. And does anyone else have comments, questions on this particular item? Sue.
I was in the room when this was created. Now I'm just wondering, is that gonna, when we say final schedule at the end, is that gonna somehow confuse finals schedule at all?
Well, let's see. Let me reread it. Reflected in the schedule. So it's just that word final.
Mm-hmm. I know what we put that in there to mean, but I'm confused that people are going to somehow think about the finals schedule, because it has nothing to do with that.
Right. So we could take that final word out. We could take that word out. Susie, before we place that in the curriculum handbook, I also want the deans to spread this. I will work with Susie. We'll get rid of that final word. If there's no other changes, I could send it to the curriculum committee, and we would like to have you disseminate this information to everyone to make sure they're meeting their seat time requirements from the ICCB. The other thing
Julianne, there's one more set of, I think, department meetings and the dean's meetings. So maybe if we got this to them, they could include it just to remind everybody if this passes here.
Yes. Does anyone ever have an additional comment on this particular statement that you see for the breaks? You know, in last curriculum committee meeting, we did share documents in the packet as well as the PowerPoint on how to calculate the seat time. That is still available for you if you were to go to the Curriculum Blackboard site and download that, either in the PowerPoint or, like I said, the packet had the documents as well. I think it's definitely worth the deans sharing that in each of their division meetings with the faculty members, so that people know the proper way to calculate the class time. I also think it's worth stating as well at the same time that the final exams should be given during final exam week and not during the last class period, because that is taking away seat time, which certainly could be a good amount of time. That might be an hour and a half to, I mean, it might be 50 minutes, anywhere to 3 hours of class time that's being negated if somebody did do the final during the last class period as opposed to finals week. I do know that's going on, but should not be. Does anyone have any comments on either of these? We want to ensure that we're meeting seat time, otherwise that class is not officially going to be meeting what we told ICCB it was meeting. Sue?
Sorry, old hand.
Oh, Latrice, do you have your hand up?
I do have a question in regards to you just made a statement about having the final exams during the final exam schedule. However, in the nursing program, we have courses that we have the first 8 weeks and we have the second 8 weeks. So we utilize the last class for the first 8 weeks for the final exam. So is that taken away from seat time?
Well, what would need to happen is then you would have to calculate, and I'm not the best person if this is a clinical lab, you would have to calculate if the amount of time that is in the schedule with scheduling is being met based on the number of lecture, lab, or clinical lab hours that are on the master syllabus.
Okay. I'm talking about.
So as long as you're meeting that seat time, then it may be in an 8-week class, because we are changing a bit. But the most important thing is that we're meeting those minutes in seat time. Okay. So I would say, I think Sue wants to comment on this, but I would say double check the seat time for each class period, make sure it's meeting the minimum minutes, and then you should be fine. But Sue, go ahead.
So in an 8-week class, you actually teach 7.5. So whatever your total seat time has to get done in 7.5, because that last class period of the 8 weeks is dedicated to your final or cumulative test, whatever you want to call that you are giving. So you would have to recalculate your hours, your total seat time, Latrice, into the 7.5 class period, 7 weeks and 1/2 of a week. And then use the last class period, because we don't count the last class period for finals in the total seat time.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I am showing you the slide that I had in the April meeting on how to calculate the seat time. But I, as a department chair, literally count the days the class will meet, because sometimes there are holidays that need to be taken into account. And we need to make sure that the number of minutes that the course is to be held is actually showing up in that schedule. So I go through and I actually count each day that the class will be in session. And that's what I divide into this equation, the total number of minutes per week divided by the total number of classes that is being met. Okay, is everybody okay with that statement then for the break? Now, unless Sue, if I'm incorrect, I don't think we were going to vote on this, but we're going to put this in the handbook and give that to the deans and associate deans to share with all the faculty, minus the word final.
Yeah, I don't think this is a voting item. It's really just, you're writing down a practice to include into the handbook.
Okay. Susie and I will be working on that handbook then, and we'll have, it's not going to be much of a change, but we will go through that and add this and see if everything else is accurate in the handbook. But I do want to say the handbook may change a bit based on if there are any changes that may come about with a new platform. So we are investigating a replacement to Watermark. We're down to 2 options. We're still questioning some people and getting information from other colleges on what they use. But Watermark will be used for about another year, and then it's going away. However, as Sue informed us at agenda planning, we need to get working on the replacement now so it's ready to go in a year. So we can't wait a year and then start it. So we might have more information for you by the beginning of the fall. And then the last other item we have is areas of study. And Shelley is going to present this for us.
Thank you, Julianne. Can you make me a presenter or a moderator? Mm-hmm. I have a few slides.
Just give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Second to upload. All right. Let's see. Can everybody see the first slide? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes?
I
okay.
can see the slide and I hear you.
All right. Perfect. Just 4 slides, I promise. All right. So I think that many of you, if not all of you, have seen this sort of landing page, I would say, for areas of study that was created 3 to 4 years ago. And if you haven't, then I would suggest that you check it out. This is, again, was supposed to be the our primary public Facebook guided pathways. This is where we, again, share our areas of study, how our programs are grouped in our 7 areas of study. This was also supposed to redesign the way we come up in our degrees and certificates. So we redesigned its entry, and I'll show it in a second how, if you haven't seen it, how we access the areas of study as well as the programs underneath it. The idea was to simplify for our prospective and current students our academic offerings. So there is a simpler way to see what we offer. Well, so while this website was, again, created 4 years ago, we need to maintain it. It was developed. Whatever we have at that time was all put in there, again, according to the way programs were set in each area of study. But we need to maintain it. A lot of changes have happened since then. But we need faculty's help in this. So that's why I want to make sure that everybody has seen it, all department representative chairs have seen this, and what exactly needs to be done. So I guess my request here is that if you had a new program or a deletion is easy. It's just a simple web request where you say, well, this needs to be removed. in the last 2 to 3 years, please make sure that that change is reflected. Now, the actual work of updating the website page is really on IT, but that content, that request, they still need to know. So you need to provide the content. So there is a web request form that needs to be submitted. And if you're thinking what exactly needs to be submitted, well, and again, as I said, I'm going to show you the actual website. So pretend that this is your web page. There are a few things that are standard, so it's not as daunting or looks like a very large task to provide a lot of content. A lot of this is going to come from the existing catalog, which again, Curriculum Office Suzy updates. So really there are 3 main things that you'll have to work on. Those are the highlighted ones. We're gonna need a brief description of the program. Now I know the curriculum proposal form uses, I've seen that there's a description over there. You can use that, however, you have to see is it using student focused language, so that if our student is looking for description of the program, what is this offer, that they're able to quickly get that information. So that could be a starting point, but we really are looking for some brief language that is very student focused. On the left side is your program options. This directly links to our current catalog. And that, as you know, comes from Watermark, that whatever gets approved through the curriculum process, right? So this doesn't need, you don't need to give that. IT should be able to pull that directly from the catalog. On the right side, you have a career opportunities. These are just simple bullet points of what are some of the career options for this program. Most of this, I would, again, assume that you have entered in your curriculum proposal, so it could just be a simple copy-paste. Then you have program requirements. That has to come from the department. There's a link for program prerequisites. So if you have prerequisites, IT will ask you that. There are some areas, and it's optional, though it's recommended, is that if your department has a web page, I know several of the health careers have separate web page where you go in more details about the standard information session is coming up, department, faculty, chairperson, and all those kinds of additional information, good information, but that can also go there and linked under program requirements. And then on the right side, you have program resources. This is part of the standard template. You don't need to provide content on that, and IT will just know what needs to be done. So I'm going to just take 1 second. And are you guys able to see the area of study web page? Or do I need to get this? Let's see, I'm gonna. One second, I'm gonna try to share my screen instead of files. Okay. Can you see it now?
It looks like it's coming, yeah. Now it is.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So how do we get to that landing page? In case you haven't seen, we go through academics. So students will look at academics, degree and programs, certificate programs, and you come up with this areas of study page. Again, the group at that time decided on the language, describing what areas of study are, and then you have images that links to different program pathways. So for example, let's say a new program comes in business, and I'm hearing about this new hybrid electric vehicle program coming up, right? So that needs to be linked here. So under business, let's say we're looking at accounting and finance. So this is the page structure that I was describing. So we'll need a brief description. Program options come from the catalog. So as long as that's updated, this you don't need to work. This is your program map in Watermark. Okay, at least for now. And we'll look at the, I guess, the other platform when that comes. Program requirement, there are none, so there's nothing here. Career opportunities, and these are all, again, standard things that are in there. So again, we need your help in that. We want to make sure that students have current information, our programs are current, and I'm overseeing this whole process. If you anytime questions of what needs to be done and why is this link here, please do contact me. Any questions about the process?
That the categories that you say need to be filled out is that going to be shared so everyone knows exactly what should be on that page?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
they
I can share PowerPoint.
I just
Right.
like,
And
how could I
yeah.
remember everything that needs to be put on that page?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, how am I going to remember what everything that needs to be put on that page? I'm wondering if we can access that somehow, or maybe I can even put it on a Blackboard.
Yeah,
For
I can
curriculum.
definitely share the PowerPoint, and I have put that in the presentation. This is really the questions that IT will ask when the request is made. It's like, okay, where is this? Where is that?
Okay. Mhm.
But yeah, certainly. And this is the reason I'm doing this presentation, because in case if you're not familiar, don't know how to request, then faculty should know what the process is.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I think that sometimes there's an assumption that when the curriculum is changed, it's just automatically reflected on that page, and it's not.
Yeah. It's not. It's reflected in the catalog page,
Right.
but that's not necessarily linked to the guided pathways. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hence
Now
the
the-
presentation. Yeah.
Well, I should say that box that you showed, that will reflect the changes because it's linked to Watermark, as you mentioned, but then the other items on that page
But
need
there
to
are
be
other items.
manually.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then again, department page is different. So we're trying to consolidate and make sure that all that information is in that one page.
Mhm.
But again, the request has to come from the department.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you, Shelley.
All right.
Does anyone have any other items that they would like to talk about or concerns? Okay, then we are going to have a motion to adjourn the May 1st meeting at 3:11 p.m. Can I have a motion to?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you very much. Everyone have a good evening.
Thanks, Julianne.
Thank you, Leanne and Susie, for your work this year.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Say bye. Have a good summer.
Yeah.